Okay, today we're going to be looking at solving equations with radicals. This is lesson 5 in your books, so make sure you open those up, follow along as you go. If at any point you feel like moving ahead and just using the video to check your work, that's fine as well. Today we're going to apply what we've been working with radicals and square roots and cube roots to the equation solving process that we've worked on really since last year. Now, upon first glance, an equation like this looks a little intimidating. But as we work through it, you'll see that we're applying the same concepts of trying to get x by itself on one side, a constant value on its own side on the other side that tells us what the value of x is. And we're going to work through that with inverses. We're going to start by using our distributive property here on the right side. So we're going to distribute this 1/2 into 18 and 54. To do that, we just multiply by 1/2 or divide by 2. And 1/2 times 18 gives us 9x. 1/2 times 54 gives us 27. So we've now gotten rid of this, and we still have this on the other side of the equation. Now what we can do here, this is where it differs a little bit from what we've done with our equation solving, is we really want to focus on the x with the radical. So we're going to go ahead and subtract 9x here, which means we have to subtract 9x from here. Now you'll notice when we do that, those go away, and we're left with 27 equals x cubed. And now we're looking for a number that times itself 3 times gives us 27. And our symbol for that is a cube root. The cube root of x to the third is just x. And the cube root of 27 is 3. So we could check that by plugging 3 in for all those x's, and we would find that that is our solution. Let's look at the second equation. Here again, we're going to start by distributing out what's on the outside of these parentheses into both of them. And we do that by multiplying. X times x is x squared. X times -3 gives us -3x. And then we still have minus 51 here, minus 3x on this side, plus 13. Again, I want to get rid of my x's on the one side, so I'm going to add 3x to this side and add 3x to the right side. Those cancel. Rewrite my equation, x squared minus 51 equals 13. Now I want to get rid of this 51 here on the left side, so I'm going to add 51 to both sides. Those cancel out, and I get x squared equals 64. And now again, I'm looking for a number that multiplied by itself equals 64, which hopefully with your perfect squares you remember. But our symbol, our inverse operation is square root. Square root of x squared gives us x. Square root of 64 gives us 8. And again, we can plug that in. So as we go through these next few exercises, again, I challenge you. If you feel like you're ready, go ahead and try to solve them on your own. If you're not quite ready yet, follow along as we go. So here we have our equation, x squared minus 14 equals 5x plus 16 minus 5x. First thing we can notice is looking here on the right side of our equation, we have a positive 5x and a negative 5x, meaning those cancel each other out. So if we want to simplify our equation, we're at x squared minus 14 equals, and all that's left is 67. I'm going to add 14 to both sides. Those cancel, so we have x squared equals 67 plus 14 gives me 81. And I look at the square root of 81 is 9. Let's look at number 2. First thing we need to do is distribute again. So x times x gives me x squared minus x, because x times -1 is -1x, equals 121 minus x. And I work and try to get my x with my exponent by itself, so I'm going to add an x to both sides. These cancel. X squared equals 121. We do the square root of 121, and we get x equals 11. Okay. Now, a little bit more, same basic process, but we're going to look at this question as a whole. So a square has side lengths of 3x and an area of 324 inches squared. So this is 3x and this is 3x if individual. And then the inside, we have 324 inches squared. We know the formula for the area of a square is length times width. So we have 3x times 3x. If we multiply 3x times 3x, we get 9x squared. And we know that equals 324 inches cubed, or inches squared. Now, our first step, we want to get x squared by itself, so we're going to divide both sides by 9. And that gives us x squared equals 36. And we can take the square root of each side, and we get x equals 6. Okay. We'll do one more problem together, and then I'll have you do the exit ticket and go formative. Looking at number 4, we have negative 3x cubed plus 14 equals negative 67. Our first task will be to get rid of this positive 14. So we're going to subtract 14 from both sides. Positive 14 minus 14 gives me 0, so I have negative 3x cubed equals negative 67 minus 14. Remember, same sides, add and keep. So we're going to add those two together. It gives us negative 81. I'm going to divide both sides by negative 3. When I do that, I get x cubed equals 27. And it's positive 27 because a negative divided by a negative always gives me a positive. Then I'm going to take the cube root of both sides, and that gives me x on the left. And we've already seen the cube root of 27 is 3. So again, we just simply try to work through the process. You can use this video as a resource. Your task will be the exit ticket, which will be on GoFormative. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, either via text, email, Jupiter, whatever is easiest. Hope that you're doing well and staying healthy, and I look forward to seeing you all soon.